Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. It is 12:58 and we are taking a bit of extra time today on the show simply because our previous interview overran. Due to the nature of the interview, we decided not to cut it short because it was such a heartbreaking human story, and we needed to give that family as much exposure as we possibly could. And our next guest, who is Ameera Selepe, very kindly agreed to move the interview a little later. So here she is joining us now, and we are going to be talking to beg your pardon, Ameera, about Muslim women and polygamy. But there's a lot of noise in the background, Ameera. So can we just, we need to start the interview, but we need to not have noise in the background. It's very distracting. Can we start the interview, please, Ameera? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah, I'm okay.
Thank you very much for being so gracious in postponing the interview to a little later. Okay, we are meant to be talking to you about Muslim women and
Wait.
polygamy.
Can I?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Let's start off with talking about, we'd like you to share a bit of your journey with us. How is it that you entered into a polygamous marriage, and what was it like in the beginning?
Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay. Me being in a polygamous marriage, it wasn't by choice. I can say that it was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's choice because firstly, I did enter into a polygamous marriage unknowingly. That was my
Oh,
first marriage. Yes, I entered a polygamous marriage unknowingly. I only got to know later after 10 years that I'm actually the second wife.
how did you feel about that when you found out, and how did you find out?
You know, everything in life, it has its time, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show you when it's time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show you. It's not something which maybe I saw it over his phone, or you understand, I investigated things like that. But it was that, you know what, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it was time for me to know. So I ended up finding out because how I found out is that my mother-in-law used to stay with my sister-in-law. Then suddenly I saw another lady there. Then I inquired, who's the other lady? Then I was told, no, it's the lady who cleans the house and everything. I'm like, something, something. It's not okay. Let me go. Let me take a walk and go. Only to find out that no, man, I have seen this lady in the photos somewhere, somehow, and I didn't even know how to approach the situation. But anyway, I got there, I passed salam, and she was like, okay. She was like, okay, do you know me? I said, yeah, I know you. You're my husband's ex-wife. It's like, who told you that? I'm like, he told me. You understand? Then, yeah, that's how it is. Then, yeah, it was very painful, but the sad reality, I had to accept it. I had to accept it either way.
You could have walked away. A lot of women are not prepared to remain in a polygamous marriage. What made you decide to stay?
It was that thing that, Alhamdulillah, my husband was a good person, you know. despite of what I've just found out, he wasn't abusing me. He was taking care of me, and everything was okay. It was now the issue that I just find out. I just found out that I'm the second wife, and he wasn't, honest about it from the beginning and all that. So it's okay. Then I just accepted it. I'm like, okay, fine. You know what? It's sooner anyway. I'm married to him. She's married to him. We are both his wives. So I guess this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted it to be. So then I ended up accepting it. I'm like, okay, fine. Going forward, let's work this thing out now in a halal way, since now the truth came out. You have to be fair on her side, because mind you that he was with me most of the time. So he couldn't give me an excuse of why he's not sleeping at home, why he has to sleep maybe 2 days that side or 2 days this side. So for her on her side, it was injustice, you see.
Right.
So the
Right.
moment I found out, I'm like, no, no, let's be fair. You have to now spend time. Now I found out, alhamdulillah, it's fine, it's the sad truth. Now you have to do the right thing.
What were the biggest emotional or social challenges you faced in the early years of having found out that your husband, you are in fact the second wife? And how did you cope with those truths?
Surprisingly, I guess that I'm just an open-minded person. It was painful, but I wasn't stuck in the pain for long. Like usually, like how other women, they will take years, or you understand. For me, it just took about a couple of months, about maybe 3 months, I can say. Then fine, I'm like, okay, fine. I need to get to know this woman before I start judging, before I start thinking of other things. So I need to get to know her and understand her, the type of person, she is.
And your children, what did you say to them about their father having another wife and them having other siblings as well? How did they
At,
respond to that?
at that time, the kids were still young, so it's something that I didn't say anything to them, because I just, I'm like, they're still young, so they won't understand. At least if they were a little bit older, at least they will understand what is polygamy and all that.
And now, 15 years later, what is it that you say to them? How are they dealing with it? Do they understand? And also that Islamically, a man is allowed to have four wives.
Okay. Now let me tell you now. After the finding out of the first wife and all that, I guess that she didn't accept. The first wife didn't accept at all that she's going to share a husband with me. So it wasn't okay at all. It wasn't okay. So there were a lot of problems going on, and the marriage ended up not working out. I like it ended up not working out, and we broke up. Then yeah, I moved on. So after moving on, alhamdulillah, I got married again. And when I got married for the second time, it was also in polygamy. Then I realized that no, no,
Sorry,
no.
Amira, to a different
Yeah.
man. You left your first
Yes,
husband behind and the second marriage.
yes.
Did you know that again the man had another wife?
This time around, yes, I knew everybody. Like I knew that he told me to say yes, I do have a wife, and my wife, we have spoken about this, and yeah, she doesn't have a problem. So I'm like, okay, fine. Then we have to meet with your wife. If she doesn't have a problem, then we will have to meet. You understand? Officially, you have to introduce me to your wife. Then in that way, I know for sure that she is aware of your intentions of getting married to another wife.
And how
You
did
see,
that meeting go?
what I can tell you, women are very emotional. I can tell you, it's not easy on any woman. It's not easy. It doesn't matter. It's not easy. So she wasn't fully like there. You understand? She wasn't really fully there. She Because after that it was just like problems after problems after problems.
And yet you chose to remain in that marriage. Why?
Y- You know, when you are a second wife, if two women are married to the same man, mind you that the person who is responsible for everything is the husband. It's not the other wife.
Mm.
So if the husband is doing his like part very well, definitely as a woman, you feel comfortable, you know, and you will try to live your own life, not worrying about um another person, especially if she doesn't interfere, like I can say physically. She doesn't, she's not in your space, you know, she's not in your face. So then
So
yeah,
how do you
you
feel?
get to accept it.
How do you feel about the fact that even though, Alhamdulillah, a Muslim man is allowed to take multiple wives, the first wife pushes back against it, is not happy, and it does create tension in your relationship with your husband. How do you feel about it, and how do you deal with it?
Yeah, feeling yo, it is difficult because we are human beings, we have emotions. So it is difficult knowing that, you know what, things are not okay. And if he feels the pressure that side, he might come and bring it this side. You understand? He's struggling also to control his emotions and things like that. And definitely, even if you are an incoming wife, it you like, you do feel sorry for the other one. You do feel sorry for, you know, for the older wife and her, how she's gonna feel, and the kids, and the setup of the family, because now the time has to be shared, everything has to be shared, you
Okay,
see.
let's ask this very important question, Amira. How does
Mm.
polygamy affect a woman's identity, mental health, and role in the household over time? And also, we know that polygamy is not only practiced in Islam, there are lots of other cultures, particularly the African culture. You do have men having multiple wives. And in those situations, the women do sometimes point fingers and say to the second wife that you stole my husband. Did that ever happen to you? And if you were accused of stealing a man, how did it make you feel? Amira? Hello? Amira,
No,
did you hear me?
like, no, I've never been accused of stealing a man. Yes, I heard you. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes. No, I have never been accused of stealing a man. And polygamy can affect a woman emotionally, especially if there is injustice between, you understand, the wives. If there is injustice between the wives, there's injustice between amongst the kids, definitely it will definitely affect your mental health, you know, because at some point you will feel neglected, you understand, you won't feel part of the family, you feel like an outsider. All those things, they will definitely affect you. And if you live longer in such a situation for a long time, definitely there's no way that you are not going to break down, as you know, as a person, you will definitely break down. But
It
yeah, it
changes.
is.
Yeah. It that is where the jealousy creeps in as well, and it changes your worldview. It changes in how you respond to people, and lots of things shifts for you sometimes very negatively. Would I be correct in saying that?
Yes, even the way you look at yourself, you might look at yourself, you might doubt yourself, you might suffer from low self-esteem. You know,
Mm,
you might
mm.
feel less of a woman because of maybe not being treated well. You might question yourself, your identity. What, you know, a lot of things, happen
What do you
in
think are the
such
most common?
cases.
Okay, what do you think are the most common misconceptions people, especially outsiders, have about Muslim women in polygamous marriages?
Yeah, most of the time they like the stigma is it's bad. They feel like, okay, as you said, they feel like you came in and you stole somebody's husband. You came to destroy a very happy family. You understand why you didn't look for your own husband? There's a lot of there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things.
Do you think,
And they are not
Amira, do you
second wives will never be accepted. Like in most cases, they don't get accepted, even maybe by the in-laws also. They might not be accepted. They might accept the first wife, but not the second wife.
okay, I think they don't recognize the second
Yes, they
wife.
don't.
There's
Yes,
no,
they don't.
that's very sad. The second wife feels like she's an outsider. Um,
Mm.
do you think it's possible to navigate relationships with co-wives? Is sisterhood possible?
Yeah.
Or do you think the competition is too much that you'll just find yourself in this constant competitive mode to get your attention and to try to be the favorite wife?
You know what? Yeah, jealousy will be there, but I always say, this is my personal opinion. I always say that, you know what, if you, by nature you are a person who it doesn't like competing with other people, you don't like comparing yourself with other people, you accept who you are as a person and what you have and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you, then definitely if you're in polygamy, I don't think that you will constantly be in competition with your co-wife. You see, because you know that first of all, you don't even like the same things. You have different personality. You think differently. So I don't think, for me personally, no, I don't compete with my sister wife.
What has been your experience in raising children within this polygamous system that you're in at the moment? Do you and your husband see it as normal or complicated?
For me, Alhamdulillah, at this moment it's normal because there's no drama. Usually, isn't there? There's usually drama. There's usually arguments, quarrels, things like that. No, no, no. At this moment, Alhamdulillah, there's no drama at all. It's peaceful, actually. The only thing which we can be different maybe at this moment, it's that thing of my husband has to go and sleep there 2 days, and he comes back and sleeps here 2 days. You understand, things like that. But besides that, no, there's no drama at all between me and my co.
Are you friends? Are you friends with your with the first wife?
In reality, I don't even have friends, so I don't think she can be my friend. Yes, she can be my sister, but I don't think, no friendship. No, no, I don't think
Okay.
so.
Do you have a relationship? If you're together in a social setting, do you at least acknowledge each other? And do you acknowledge her children and does she acknowledge your children?
She actually comes to my house. I actually go to her house. She sits, we relax, we talk, we call each other, things like that. If my husband is
Oh,
not around and I'm looking for him, I can't get hold of him, I call my co-wife and she will tell me, no, he's not around, things like that.
okay. So you have a civil enough relationship with each other. There's no ill feelings and jealousy or anything involved.
We cannot say jealousy is not there. Jealousy is there, but Alhamdulillah, it's a halal jealousy which you can control. There's no way that as a woman you won't be jealous. You will
I love
definitely be
that.
jealous.
I
The
love
halal
that.
jealousy.
I love that halal jealousy. I love it. Okay, let's wrap up. If there's one thing you wish more people understood about Muslim women in polygamous marriages, what would it be?
If what?
If there's one thing you would like people to understand about Muslim women in polygamous marriages? What is it? What is it that you want people to understand about you being in a polygamous marriage?
Wow. Okay. Like polygamy, a polygamous marriage is like a normal marriage. I feel like it's like a normal marriage. The only difference is that you share time. You understand? But I feel I take it as a normal marriage. I don't see my marriage like different to somebody who has, who is alone with the husband. I don't see that. I take it as a normal marriage.
And you don't have issues about the shared time, uh, cer- uh, uh, certain days being shared with you and certain days being shared with her, and also finances being shared between two homes. Does that not create a complication or hardship on both the wives and the children?
Every woman comes with their own risk. So me coming into this marriage, I knew that I came with my own sustenance, you understand, which was given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala definitely will definitely make it easy for my husband, especially if he's honest. And you understand, we as women will make dua, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us through whatever He has, so that it can be able to accommodate the entire family. And I don't have a problem with him spending time, maybe 2 days that side. It actually gives me time also to, relax and to just be by myself. I personally love polygamy because I cannot stand being with this one man the entire day, you know, the whole week, the entire year. I cannot. It just frustrates me.
It's very
Okay.
cute. It's, what you're saying is very, very classic, but that's all we have time for today. I'd love to meet up with you or have a more in-depth discussion with you on polygamy, but inshallah for a next time. Stay happy, stay satisfied, inshallah. Like you say, it is sunnah, and Allah bless you and reward you, inshallah. Go well, and salamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I absolutely love Ameera Selepe's take on polygamous marriages. I think that we all need to learn from what she shared with us on the show today. And of course, this calls for a more in depth discussion, but that, of course, will happen another time. Time for me to wrap up. Thank you indeed for your company. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed all the interviews today. From me, Julie Ali, till next Monday morning at 8 o'clock on News and Views. Stay warm, keep safe, and Khuda Hafiz.